Hello, this is Lisa from Happy Stamp, and today I am making this Bath and Body Works soap box. This is the top. I got this from Julie DiMatteo, the Paper Pixie. I changed it up as far as I put a window in it so you could see the little character because I wanted to match my tag. I saw this, and then we have this little cactus in the Taco Fiesta stamp set, so I wanted them to match. So I made this, and then I ended up making the lid smaller. So you just untie this. You could always take your tag and not put the hole on it, and just attach it to your box right there if you wanted to. But then this comes up, and then this comes off. Hers is much longer, but like I said, I cut mine off because if you put it in, of course, it's going to go over the front of this, which I guess if you wanted to, it would be a surprise when they opened it up, but I wanted it to be seen. So that's why I modified it just a little bit, but it just goes right back on there like that. And then you just tie this on top and then make a bow up here. But I will show you that. All right, so isn't he cute? He's just so adorable. All right, we'll leave him out here. All right, so you're going to need a piece of crushed curry, and this piece of crushed curry measures, this is the base of the box, and this measures 8.5 by 10. And then for the top of the box, the lid, this measures 4.5 by 9 3/4. And then you're going to need some designer series paper, and I am using the Flowers and More 12 by 12 big stack that you get in as a host, that you can get as a host gift in the mini catalog, Flowers and More. So it's a very bright set. I'm using that pattern right there. So you're going to need 2 pieces of DSP that measure 2.5 by 6 and 2 that measure 1 7/8 by 6. And then you're going to need a piece of acetate that is 2.5 by about 4. All right, so let's put that over there. You do need to use the trimmer because we are going to be using the 16ths. You can use the scoreboard for the lid, but for the box base, we're going to be doing some 16ths, so you need the trimmer. So I'm just going to use the trimmer for the whole thing. So on the 9 3/4 inch side for the box lid, you need to score at 2. Make sure we use the score blade. 2, 4 5/8, 6 5/8, and 9 1/4. All right, so 9 1/4. And then you're going to turn it on the 4.5 inch side, and you're going to score at 2. All right. Then for the box, the base box, like I said, this is 8 1/4 by 10. On the 10 inch side, you're going to score at 2 1/16, and that's the teeny tiny mark right after the 2. 4 3/4, 6 13/16, and that's the third little mark from the 7, and then 9 1/2. I think that's all the scoring we need to do right at the moment. All right, for the base, for the oh, I forgot to do the other. So then you're going to turn it, you're going to rotate it on the 8 1/4 inch side and score it at 2 1/16, which again is the teeny tiny mark right after the 2. All right. Ooh. Well, we knew that was going to happen, right? I'm just going to leave it. We'll see. It only went about halfway, and I think it'll be okay. We'll see. All right. Just hate to waste a whole piece of cardstock. So remember to score and not to cut. All right. So with your smallest side on the left-hand side, we're gonna burnish. First, we're gonna burnish on all the score lines. So make sure you use your foam folder. All right, now with the 1/2 inch side on the left-hand side, we are going to remove the rectangle down here and then just miter just a little bit. Take that off, and then we're just going to miter up here just a tad. Then we are going to cut up to the first score line, to the only score line on this side. Okay. Then on the smaller tabs, we're going to miter up, take a little bit off. So I'll take a little bit off of this one side that I almost shaved off. I think it's going to be okay. All right. Now, this is going to be the back of your box, the part with the tab on it. So this is the front of the box. So we are going to we are going to put all of our designer series paper in here, on here, before we do any adhering down. So make sure, like this, because we're going to be cutting out, this is the one, this is going to be the front of our box. So that is going to be where I'm going to be cutting the hole for the front of the box. So we'll adhere all of our pieces of designer series paper first. Don't forget, we have about 10 days of celebration left. I think today is the 28th, or I mean the 18th. Celebration ends on the 28th at midnight. So Every $50 order qualifies for a free item out of the celebration brochure. The only thing that has run out, as far as I know, from what I've seen, is the Dainty Delights paper, the 12 by 12 paper in the celebration catalog. As far as I know, everything else is still available. That includes all of the new items that you can get, the other items that came out as free items. All right. If you have any questions on that, please feel free to leave me a comment below, and I will answer those for you. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I'm going to bring in my big one. All right, so I need a 1, a 2, and a 3. And then I need another 3. And what I'm using, I'm using the seasonal labels. These are in the main catalog. And I'm using, these are actually quote unquote Christmas. It's in the Christmas section, which we really don't have a section, but yeah. All right. So what I did is, this is too long, so we want to make sure we fold up all of this. And it's going to cut a little bit off. It doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, either don't do it or I'll show you a fix for it. All right, so I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to measure about, because I know where the face is that I want to be seen. It's about 1 1/8. So I just measured down about 1 1/8. And then I'm going to tape my die down. This does cut a little bit off on this side. Like I said, doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, either don't do this part, or like I said, I'll show you a fix for it. All right, so I'm going to roll this through. It's going to be tight. And then I'm just going to roll it back because I don't want to crease on this other part over here. All right. All right. Now, it didn't cut it through all the way. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to put a little piece of tape right on here. And just leave it. All right. And then this will come out. Just like this. Save this if you want for another project. Just going to put that over there for right now. I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to take our piece of acetate. You can use glue if you want to. It just takes a little bit longer to dry. I'm going to put a glue dot in each of the corners of the acetate. And then this is going to go right over here. Just like that. So now you just have a little piece of acetate right there. All right, now we can put some glue, tear and tape. I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. And put that right on here. And then you can just fold this shut, just like that. All right, now you can see that this is the front of our card here, or our box. So if that bothers you, you can just put another piece of cardstock over the top of it so you won't even see that. But it doesn't bother me. I don't care. Just, it's up to you. If it bothers you, then like I say, just, I don't think anybody's going to say anything to you about the bottom of your box being like that. So this is the bottom that I cut. So I'm just going to make sure I square that up. And then put that, just square that up right there. And then we'll just put some glue right like that. Just like that. And then we can take, I'm just going to take the bottle of soap. I'm just going to press down on it. But then see, our little guy is just peeking right out there. I could have got him down just a little bit lower, I guess, on this one. All right. There we go. All right, so that is the bottom of our box. I'll move this out of the way. All right, for the top of our box, right here, do the same thing. Looks like I didn't burnish very good on the 1/2-inch score mark here. Or score very well, I guess I should say. All right, so. Make sure we get a good crease on all of our score marks here. All right, so on this one, with the 1/2 inch on the right side, I'm going to take the lower rectangle off and just make a little miter down there and a miter over here, and then do the same thing. We're going to go up and then we're going to do a little miter on the smaller, I guess you could call these squares. Because they're more like a square, the other ones are more like a rectangle, I think. Or, all right. All right, now we're going to put some glue. Again, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. And that's going to go on this little piece right here. And then we're just going to fold that over. Like that. All right. Fold these in. Let's see, where's the back? This is the back right here. So we want this the front. So we're going to put some glue on this side, and this side, and that side. Kind of square that up. And then on that side. Sometimes I do it wrong. That's why I don't do them all at the same time. All right, so this one, I'm just going to take my glue bottle and get that stuck down. All right, now we can take our box. I'm just taking a regular old, probably a 1/4 inch hole punch, and just coming down probably about 1/4 of an inch on either side. If you have the retired detailed trio punch, that will work. Do whatever you have. All right, then I took our crinkled seam binding white ribbon, and I used my Parakeet Party blend, the dark one, and I colored that. I didn't have any Parakeet Party ribbon. I know there is some, I just don't have it. But like I said, it's the white crinkled seam binding ribbon. I need to order some more. I'm going to keep that. All right, so I'm going to take this, put that in here. It goes in first and then out the other side. Okay, and we want this to come up a little bit. We'll straighten it out. And then this goes on top. Just like that. And then you pull your ends like this. And then tie it in a bow. I'm not going to tie my bow yet. You're going to go like this, and then you're going to tie your bow. Because I have to make my tag. All right, so for the tag, I'm using, again, the seasonal labels. I'm using this one right here, and then the smaller one. This is the middle one that I used for the front of the box. So, that right there, so you know what it looks like. And then this is the smaller one. So I'm using the smaller one of that. And this really long one. Let's see. So we're going to need a piece of Whisper White, basic white, sorry. And then just a scrap of Whisper White and a scrap of So Saffron. No, crushed curry. I'll just use my little guy for this one. Sorry about that. All right, so I need a 1 and a 2. And we'll cut that out with this one. I had a tickle all of a sudden. All right. And then the Whisper White. I'm going to use the other die. All right. And we only have excuse me, I'm going to get a drink. We only have 10 days left for you to be able to get the mini boho blue Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. The only way to do that is to join Stampin' Up. I'd love to have you on my team. If you have any questions, let me know. But basically, it is for $129. You get the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, $175 worth of product, free product of your choice, free shipping, and then all of the materials that you need to build a business if you choose to do that. You do not have to do that. You could just be a hobby demo if you want to. That is totally up to you, however you want, whatever you want to do. Stampin' Up doesn't frown on that. So you do you, whatever you want to do. All right. So I'm using Thanks a Bunch for the Hey There. This is a free item that you can choose in the brochure. Really cute. And then the Taco Fiesta. Of course, I'm using the cactus and the hat is what I'm using for this. So let's just do our Hey There first. Get that out of the way. Bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat. And that's going to go pretty much towards the top. All right, and then I'm going to stamp my, oh, not that. I'm going to stamp my little cactus. And I'm going to fussy cut him out. I didn't do one ahead of time. And then I'm doing the little winky face on him. You don't want to press too hard on this because it'll get you a big blob. So just a little bit. And then the sombrero. Oops. Okay. Perfect. All right, so first I'm going to cut them or color them, and I'm using my blends for that. So I'm using my Parakeet Party dark polished pink. I'm using the light and dark of the Parakeet Party, and then the dark Pale Papaya. All right, so first I took a little bit of dark and I just put a little, I don't know, I have no idea where shadows go. I didn't get into all that in school. I did calligraphy. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to write pretty. And then with my light, I'm going in with my light. And I don't even think it really matters because you can't really tell, so. It's crooked, driving me crazy. All right, so there is that. And I just did a little bit up here. All right, then I did my polished pink. And I did the polished pink because his little mouth is pink in here. So that's why I did the polished pink. Right, and then I did a little Pale Papaya for the top of the sombrero, just because it was in the paper. All right, and that is all I did. Then I took my Stampin' Write black marker, basic black marker. This is the only marker that you can buy on its own. And I just made some little pickles on him, pricks. Wherever. To make it more like a cactus. All right, now to fussy cut. Here we go. You could, if you have a scan and cut, you could use your scan and cut for this. But I wasn't going to get everything out for just these two little things because I have to put my mats and stuff away. I don't have anywhere to store them out, so I wish they'd make make them like the Cricut mats where they had a hole so you could hang them, because I could totally hang them behind my machine, but I guess it's got these register marks or something on it, so I'm afraid to cut it, because I thought, well, I'll just put my own hole in it. But I know there's registration marks on there, so I don't know if that would do anything or not, so I haven't done it. I'm scared. Although I have several mats. I have a couple of Aki ones. I could just try it out. All right, there's a little hat. These are they're easy to do. I don't even know what word I was, relatively, that's what I was going to say. They're relatively easy to do. That's what I was going to say. But I have to go really slow because I am not a good fussy cutter at all. But they say move your paper and not your scissors, so that's what I try and do, but yeah. So fast forward through this part if you don't want to watch me do all this little fussy cutting here. I should have saved my spiel for about joining Stampin' Up! For right now. But I really don't want to say too much because I have to concentrate. We got a lot of snow. We had a snow day the other day. I don't want to say that we got a whole bunch of snow, but it was blowing and it was drifting, and I think it was a good call. A lot of people were like, I don't even know why, but I think it was a good call. Makes me nervous with the kids on the buses. All right, there we go. Whew. It only took me 5 minutes, right? Not really, but close enough. All right, so now for our little tag. I put this in the back. I put a strip of my Stampin' Seal. I've been using a lot of my Stampin' Seal lately. I feel like my glue, I don't know if I'm like all of a sudden putting too much on. It's like, I don't know, it's weird. All right, so I just put some down the middle so that I can put this on here in the middle, just like that. And then I'm going to use mini dimensionals to get this on. So one mini, or I guess 2 mini dimensionals with a little cactus, I don't know. All right, and then that's going to go right here. I'm not going to stick it down yet all the way. And then I need to cut 1 in half for the sombrero. I'm just going to put that in the top. There we go. And then that's going to go over here. Yeah, all right, that looks good. I want that kind of at a tilt. There we go. All right. Then I took some of our 2022-2024 matte adhesive dots, and matte decorative dots, I'm sorry. I'm using the Parakeet Party ones. Piece of hair or something on there. All right. Then I took my hole punch again, and I just put a hole right up here, right up there. So again, you could use your little, the detailed trio punch if you wanted to. All right. So this, okay, so first we want to, my hands are going to be really close. Make sure that it's straight. All right, and then I'm going to feed my tag on here. And then we're going to make a bow. So let's make a little bow here. This one's going to be kind of a shorter bow because I was at the end of my ribbon. All right, so we will use my ribbon scissors. Give it a little. So there is that one. And then here is, I don't have another one of those soaps, but here is the other box. Just put that on there. Okay. And that, the top of the soap just kind of keeps it, this from going down too far. So I'm going to try not to press that down because it'll go all the way in. And that goes on there. And then this goes on here. Just tie our bow. So, like I said, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. All supplies can be purchased through my online store at happystamp.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching, and have a great night. I don't want to press it down too much because I don't want it to go all the way in there, but that is what it looks like. All right, thanks a lot for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.